talk about somebody who everyone probably knows. Walt Disney was born December 5th, 1901. Walt Disney died 10 days after his 65th birthday on December 15th, 1966. He died during the production of The Jungle Book, which finally premiered in movie theaters in 1967. He also died during the creation of Walt Disney World, where only a few months after his death, his family all met in front of Cinderella's castle to finally open the biggest park that Walt Disney had in his head. Disneyland actually came first, and the conception of Disney World was through the idea of wanting to make a bigger Disneyland, which he did. But the core of Disney World was known as Epcot. Did you know that Walt Disney really didn't know how to draw? That's right, he was basically the creator and the voice behind Mickey Mouse. Though when he went speaking from school to school, children continued to ask him to draw Mickey Mouse for them. So what did he do? He asked one of his animators to teach him how to draw Mickey Mouse, which was the only thing he ever knew how to draw. Walt Disney went down in film history by creating the very first feature-length, cel-animated feature film in history. Snow White first came out in 1937 and was a feat because no other feature film was ever animated. They were always shorts before the films, but never the actual films themselves. All of Walt Disney's creations came from either books, fairy tales, or Shakespearean plays. And this continues even to this day, at least until after The Emperor's New Groove. Walt Disney actually already had it in his head to make The Fox and the Hound, but he died before he ever got a chance to make it. It was finally made in 1986. The Lion King came from 3 different stories. The Lion King came from Kimba the White Lion, also known as Jungle Emperor Leo, an anime series and film that I adore, the film at least. Haven't seen the series. The second story came from Hamlet, but the third might surprise you. It was also considered a remake of a classic Disney film. I'll give you guys 3 guesses, starting now. It was actually a remake of the film Bambi. If you look at Bambi and The Lion King side by side, you will actually notice a lot of parallels between the two. It's actually rumored that Walt Disney had himself cryogenically frozen after his death and is buried underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Walt Disneyland. But that's not true. The very first cryogenically frozen human being came only months later, and it wasn't Walt Disney. I hope you guys found this interesting. I've always loved Disney. At least older Disney stuff, and I find Walt Disney's life fascinating. You guys can learn more about Walt Disney if you watch the special features of all of the older Disney films, and I suggest you guys do, because Walt Disney led a very interesting life. See you guys tomorrow.